Hey, my name is Kehinde Fawumi, and you're listening to the Unleash Your Genius podcast. Recently I've been thinking about the ability of humans to transform themselves into whatever they like. If you want to learn a thing, you can learn a thing. If you want to become whoever, you can. And I see our journey in life as a progressive journey, and you don't have to get everything clear right from the onset. Some people are frustrated because they don't have the full picture, and they really desire to have the full picture. But no one promised that you will get the full picture at any point in time. And that's the point of being progressive. You know more as you go on. You discover things, aspects of yourselves that you never know were possible. That's why it's important to just do it. Don't worry about getting the entire picture all up in your head. Just go for what you want. Feel the desires of your heart at every point in time and trust that and go for what you desire. I'd always wanted to ride the bike. I envied people that drives the bike, that does all kinds of stunts on the bike, and I'd always desired this, but I never really got the chance to get on a bike myself and just ride it. And living in Germany now, it's very common to have people riding the bike. So one of the weekends, I just really got to the point where I told myself I really have to do it now. And the question is that how long was it going to take me to get it? There's so many things to keep in mind in learning a bike. But I didn't care about how difficult, how complicated it is, and how challenging it would be, and the fact that I'll be learning something new. I could even hurt myself. None of that mattered. So I went and bought a bike, right? And I bought it home, and then went to a sports center close to my house. And there were kids, young people there that were doing all kinds of stunts, and they saw me trying to, get a balance on the bike, and some of them smiled, some of them looked away, some of them didn't care. But the thing was that I also didn't care at all. I just went for it, and 2 hours later, I was riding the bike off that field. And you see, the glorious, amazing, and beautiful experience, and the thing was, the same set of people that saw me, walk that bike on that field, they now looked at me, they watched me ride it out of that place, and that feeling was just beautiful. It was just amazing. It was just everything I wanted. And of course, you don't learn everything about biking in 2.5 hours. I had to ride, to practice more and more in the days afterwards. But for me, it was already amazing that with no instructor, with nobody guiding me, I could get myself on a bike, and 2 hours later, I could ride it and get my balance and ride the bike back, 2-3 kilometers to my house. And that got me thinking about how beautiful it is, how amazing the mind of humans are. The fact that you could, within a couple of hours, completely transform yourself, learn something new, gain a new skill. Isn't that amazing? You can transform yourself into whatever you want without a lot of hassle. It's not gonna, sometimes of course it costs you, depends on what you want to learn, but you can do it. Don't ever disqualify yourself. And I think that's what makes the difference between those that are active in life and those that has a passive, disposition towards life. The people that are passive towards life are waiting to receive a vision, to receive a dream. Whereas those that are active, and these are the people that actually get things done, that actually goes on to be successful and live a significant life. Those are the ones that create their own vision. They set their own power goals. They create the circumstances for themselves to achieve the things they desired and set out to achieve. Don't ever expect that everything would be handed down to you, and everything is going to be all rosy, right? You make the circumstances right for yourself. You make the time right. Some people make the mistake to think that in some future time it will come, that it will come at some point. We even call it God's time. Well, you determine the time There isn't a set time for you to fail or to be successful. You might have been taught to think like that, but that isn't true. You make the circumstances right. Of course, there are always changing situations in life, but those come and they go, they come and go. There are times where the stock market is booming and there are times when the stock market is down, as there is winter and summer and dry season and rainy season, and seasons change. These things come and they go, but they do not determine your life. What determines your life is what you make do with the different environmental or spiritual atmosphere around you. You read and understand it, and you determine how you will structure your life, shape your experiences to give you the best opportunity to achieve your own vision and your own dream. It's not the external that affects or that controls or that determines the internal. It is you, it is your internal that will control and will determine how the outlook of your life would be. You can control the thoughts you're going to think, because those will shape the actions you're going to take, and with repeated actions you form and create habits, and habits over a long period of time, those would build into a character that determines your personality, and this is what eventually defines the kind of future you would have. That is what determines the future of your life. So commit to consistent learning, consistent adjustment of your thought process, because you know very much that that is what will determine eventually whether you are successful in what you set out to achieve or not. Those that are active in their disposition towards life, they are consistently learning, consistently getting new knowledge, being open-minded, and being disciplined in the process of learning. They learn consistently, and it takes discipline to do that. And the more you learn, the more you are disciplined. The more you learn to be more disciplined, that raises your self-esteem, and that helps you to be able to say no, because it's a progressive journey, right? The more disciplined you are, the more you can say yes or no to different circumstances, right? And the more you can take control of your own life, and the more you actually have a bigger, greater chance at being whoever you want to be. But overall, focus on yourself. That's what matters. Focus on what you want to achieve. Don't be swayed back and forth easily by the opinions of other people. Close your ears towards that. Turn deaf, basically. And turning deaf is basically being able to shut yourself out, right, of all the opinions, all the noise that tends to cloud our judgment, that makes it impossible for you to really look deep down within and understand what the element, the person of God, the Spirit of God that's down deep your heart is speaking to you. Live spiritually, live from this internal, from the spiritual place. Don't be swayed by the external. And the more you can listen, the more you can hear, the more you can take the right decisions that will channel you in the direction that you want to go. And always think productivity. Ask yourself, what is one productive thing I've done today that is moving me closer and closer to the dream that I desire? Commit to consistent actions in the direction of your vision, the things that you want to achieve, and you will eventually achieve it. It's been a pleasure talking to you today. Thank you very much, and I see you next time. Bye-bye.